there, my very good friends. It's the afternoon. It's a news video. That means something wild has happened.
Yeah.
Usually. I'm Andy from WhatCulture. This is Phil.
This is Phil.
We rehearsed this before we came on.
This is the Phil.
It was awesome. Obviously, today we covered all the Saudi stuff this morning.
Been a big day.
Yeah, Stephanie McMahon's resignation, all of that stuff. And it turns out, Phil, that Stephanie McMahon's resignation was a work. I'm only joking. This is about the updates to the situation with the Saudi takeover. So, to recap you, if you've not seen our video this morning, which is, it's still there, you want to get the core facts, but to recap you, it was reported by multiple sources, Stephen Muehlhausen of DAZN and Cassidy Haynes of Body Slam being the most prominent ones, stating that, in principle at least, WWE selling the company to the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund, which is the government sovereign wealth fund thing, had been agreed in principle. Sent the wrestling world into a tailspin. Everything's been a dumpster fire, spinning out of control. These have now been denied.
Yeah.
So basically we have multiple outlets here commenting on this. We have one here from Rich Greenfield of Lightshed, I'm sorry Rich, who kind of pointed out that Stephen Muehlhausen has now deleted his original tweet with the report in it, stating that we are hearing that your now deleted tweet below is 100% false. Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics came through shortly after that saying, I concur with @RichLightshed, that's where I got confused. I asked someone at WWE who would know, who said that the story took hold of Twitter last night about WWE and Saudi being near a deal to take the company private, which was another part of the report, is untrue. John Alba then coming through with some more deets. Saying, a high-ranking WWE source with knowledge of the situation tells me that reports of a sale or agreement at this moment are completely false. Still haven't been able to get official comment from WWE on the record at this moment, but have inquired through multiple channels. So, here we are. We've been spinning around all day like an alligator death roll. Now we're kind of not doing that because it seems it was not...
Yeah, it's wrestling news. I mean, this is what we live with every single day. I think Ariel Helwani has tweeted about it as well, saying it's not happening according to his sources as well. But yeah, it's one of those things. It doesn't mean it's not happening. It just means what has been reporting has been denied. Yeah. So this could still be like. I was going to say regurgitating, but that's not the word. But maybe that is the word. Rumbling along in the background, and yeah, it's just that they didn't really want the story out yet. It's been a wild one, this one, because why would a huge publicly traded global company get this information leaked by dirt sheets and not some actual reputable journalists? Not that I'm saying the dirt sheets aren't reputable or anything, but that is a strange twist to this. Yeah. But also how quickly this has all happened since Vince McMahon's return. Now, obviously, he could have been ringing as many of his Saudi Arabian friends as possible while he's been away trying to set up something like this to enable it to be done quite quickly when he got back. But there's a lot of leaps that publicly traded companies have to go through in order to get these things cleared, and to have this pop up days after he announced his return to the board. It only happened an hour before this news broke. It's just absolutely insane.
It's wild. And this might shock you, but I'm no expert on the stock market, right?
Yep.
If I was, I'd be a millionaire.
You would have bought WWE stock before Vince McMahon returned.
I really would have. That was really dumb. Yeah, but surely there's some stuff there that would have been made public. This is just my thinking after consuming all these stories today and thinking about it a little bit more. Surely there's some stuff that would have come out through there if a sale was imminent.
Especially with the fact that they were going to be turning it private, because then they'd 100% need to let shareholders know, and then all the shareholders would need to be bought out of their stock in order to make it private. So that's kind of a big move as well. Yeah. And that is a lot of people there that would have to be notified and made very clear what is happening going forward.
Yeah, exactly. There's there's a lot of stuff. I'm not going to sit here and go, the original reports were lies or whatever. Nah, man, that's whack. I'm sure Steve and Cassie, shout out to Cassie, nice guy, we're reporting in good faith and all of that stuff. Sometimes you just get led astray. by sources and so
Plus
forth.
as well, like the Mirror, the Sun, the Daily Mail have all reported on this here in the UK, so it's like, it's not like it's
The Holy
just
Trinity.
I know, right? It's not like it's just been the dirt sheets or anything. This is like big news outlets reporting on this as well.
Yeah, it's penetrated the wider conversation. I've had people, and this is anecdotal, so it doesn't really mean much, but I've had people who don't really follow wrestling who've got, the WWE been sold to Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, I've had more text messages about wrestling today than I've had in a long time.
Yeah, it's like it's been all over the place. It's been a really difficult thing to process. Because like Saudi Arabia, the PIF, the Public Investment Fund, is a believable buyer.
Yep, very much so.
Not just because they got all that money. I think the PIF is worth $620 billion. Okay,
Baffling.
It's a lot of cash, but
I can't even comprehend that.
I can't comprehend $6, Phil. But they obviously have that existing working relationship as well. And you'd think that if that working partnership is healthy, that the PIF would be amenable to going, hey Vince, you can keep a job if we take over, because Vince probably wants that.
Yep.
He's a lunatic control freak.
Got to imagine that is on his list of demands in terms of if this happens, I must be in this position. There's no way he's letting that go.
Nah.
And if there's ever a company that's going to allow him to stay in control, it's the Saudi Arabia.
It's all that stuff, man, and like. It's his current situation is not quite as simple as going, hey, Triple H, I am now creative, because of the SEC filings and the complications that brings. But if it were to be taken over by a partner like that he wins. He wins. I mean, he wins either way, right? Because if he sells this to a company that's like, no, we're not keeping you on, he's still got more money.
Yeah.
The guy's gonna win. The guy who accused of spending tens of millions of dollars to suppress allegations of sexual assault and harassment, right? The guy's been accused of that. The guy who, the Rita Chatterton situation, which obviously has re-entered conversation as a consequence of last year's allegations being made public, the Ring Boy scandal, the steroid trial, all of this stuff.
On and on and on.
Doesn't matter. He's going to win. So there you go.
He will be a multi-billionaire by the end of this.
Yeah.
If they sell it.
Several times over. So it's wild. I think, coming out of this, I still get the impression that WWE is going to be sold sooner rather than later.
Yep.
They've hired JP Morgan to facilitate the process. So they're clearly
real
thinking
easy
about
for
it.
JP Morgan. Real easy job for JP Morgan if it does happen to the Saudis this quickly.
Just,
Well, we've made a hell of a lot of money for no work here.
I'll take my 10% cut and bugger right off. Disney were mentioned, weren't they? Comcast, all these companies. I don't know.
Big companies that in no way could outbid Saudi Arabia in terms of just never-ending cash supplies.
Yeah.
But we're just gonna have to wait and see. And as ever, like when ripples happen, when new things comes out, we'll always let you know.
Let's finish this one off with a bit of chaos.
Okay.
Worst/best person who could buy WWE in your view? The Tony Khan or Shad Khan obviously would be the money man behind that. Would be funny as hell.
That would be incredibly funny. But I don't even know if that's the best or worst.
Yeah, me neither.
Because again, it's like Vince buying WCW. You don't want that to happen.
You don't want the consolidation.
Exactly.
No. Absolutely. It would just be funny for a week,
It would
wouldn't
be
it?
very funny. Somehow Shane McMahon and Stephanie McMahon managing to find a backer with a whole heap of money to buy it would be genuinely hilarious.
That would be sensational.
Stephanie and Shane on the phone to Elon Musk right now going, hey, want to buy a wrestling company?
Elon Musk!
Those are the three to buy the company would be genuinely incredible.
Wildcard pick.
Hello.
Somehow he could do this. Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett.
He always wins.
You can never count out Jeff Jarrett
He always
when it comes
wins.
to wrestling. He always comes back and he always makes it work somehow, and I just genuinely have no idea how.
He's
That man is
kicking ass.
fascinating.
He's kicking ass in
absolutely
2023 as
kicking
well.
ass.
Shouts to Jeff, man. He's killing it. I love it.
Fascinating guy, though.
But hey, look, we figured we covered the story this morning. We should cover the other side of it as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
So
Let us
we
know
are.
in the comments whether you like this change, whether you want WWE to be bought by Saudi Arabia, whether you don't want WWE
If
to
you
be
do
bought
want
by
WWE
Saudi
to be bought by
Arabia.
Saudi Arabia, you're wrong.
There you go. And if not Saudi Arabia, then who? Let us know down in the comments.
Ooh. Jeff Jarrett is the answer.
Jeff Jarrett, yeah.
Follow me on
I'm in.
Twitter, Andy H. Murray. The H stands for
Slapnuts.
Yep, Slapnuts. There you go. What have you got?
Follow me at Phil My Chambers. The My stands for my.
What's the Phil stand for?
Wouldn't you like that?
Bye.